This has been the hottest summer of my life. You know, I'm 35 years old. I live in Canada. I spent a lot of time outside. I grew up playing soccer. I was in a running club. I was doing physical things when I was a kid. And I always loved the summer. The summer was my favorite time of year because winter was so cold. And it's not like we didn't have heat waves back when I was a kid. There would be like a week where you'd be like, oh, it's warm this week. But now it's the whole summer is just, it's like you don't even call it a heat wave anymore, because as soon as one heat wave ends, there's like 2 or 3 normal days and then the next one begins again. It's almost like we're going to start calling it a cool wave, right? Because the actual normal temperature, or like a normal wave, everyone go outside, there's a normal wave coming up, because like the heat waves are just becoming what we always deal with. So I don't know, guys, this summer, between the heat waves and the smoke, I don't know if I've talked about the smoke in any videos, but for anyone who's not aware, the Canadian prairies have been on fire for like 2 months now, 3 months now. I mean, that's north of where my parents live in Winnipeg. And Winnipeg had some evacuations from the north where people had to evacuate their towns, and the smoke was really bad. And I remember hearing about that and thinking, well, okay, this sucks. Hopefully it'll be over in a week or two. But it's been months. And even here in Quebec, thousands of kilometers away, we have the smoky skies. It's not too bad today, but a few days ago I filmed something, and when it's bad, the sky is gray. This reddish orangish gray, and the sun looks apocalyptic. When I was younger, I spent 6 months living in Vietnam, and I traveled a lot. You know, I've been to Korea, I've been to Thailand, I've been to Hong Kong. And a lot of these places are really cool and really nice people, great food. But I remember thinking, oh, I don't know if I could deal with this. You know, like they were wearing the masks long before the pandemic just because the air quality was so bad in places like Vietnam. Like most people outside riding around on motorbikes, at least half of them are wearing masks for the air quality. In South Korea, that was the first place I heard people say, oh, close the window, you're letting the bad air in. When I was a kid, it was always like, open the window, get some fresh air, you know? Now it's like, no, close the window, keep the window closed. You can't be breathing that outside stuff. And I always thought that was sad. And I always thought that in the long term, I don't think I could live in Asia for that reason. I could, you know, maybe a year or two, but would I want to raise kids there? Would I want to spend my life there? No. Specifically because of my environmental concerns with what it would be like living there, the things people have to do. And now for my first time in my life, this summer, it has kind of opened my eyes to, oh, nowhere is safe. Even Canada is. We're all in this. We're all in this. And one of the other light bulb moments, it's funny because, you know, I'm lucky, I'm privileged enough here to have a job that lets me travel. And so I was looking at, because I have I have one little window AC in my apartment, which keeps my bedroom cool, but I have nothing in the living room. And it's a sauna. It's unbearable. When the heat wave gets to the mid-30s, like it does sometimes, or even like 40 degrees with the humidity, I just can't, I can't spend time in the kitchen, I can't spend time in the living room. I'm like suffocating in my own apartment. It's bad. And so I was like, oh my God, there's another intense heat wave coming this week. Maybe I'll just travel. I was just looking at cheap flights to anywhere. I was like, and then I saw like for $450 Canadian, I could get all the way to Morocco. And I was like, oh, I love Morocco. Maybe I'll just book that one-way ticket to Morocco and go spend a couple weeks there, make some videos. And then I checked the weather in Marrakesh, Morocco, 46 degrees Celsius. And then I saw affordable flights to Rome. I looked at Rome, 41 degrees Celsius. And this happened over and over. I kept checking, like, United States, Europe, Northern Europe, Asia. I just saw Japan just broke their hottest day of all time. And I'm just like, it's the whole world. We know this instinctively. We know. I'm definitely not a climate change denier or anything like that. But it's one thing to read something or hear something. It's another one to experience it. And I feel like this summer, maybe more than any other. I mean, the last couple summers have been hot too, but this one, it's just, it feels like something is changing. And I think the urgency, and maybe the panic. I mean, that's the thing. Like, there's going to be urgency in terms of like having to change things. But like, what if like we're all using the stupid paper straws now instead of the plastic straws, and like we're all, you know, recycling, we're composting, we're doing all the stuff. But what if it's not, like, this is a global process which is out of our control, and it just keeps getting hotter and hotter. That's a terrifying thought. But I think it's a terrifying thought we need to wrestle with. We can't like keep our head in the sands about this. And you know, that's a big discussion. I'm not here to tell anyone how to live their lives, or, you know, to say I have any answers here, but it's just something I've been thinking about most of this summer. How it's sad how summer went from being my favorite time of year to I don't know. Now I guess my favorite would be early fall and late spring, because like that's what summer used to be like. There's that like golden period of like 2 or 3 weeks where it's just perfect. Then summer begins and it's like, oh my god, time to stay inside because it's so damn hot. In Canada, we already stay inside in the winter because it's so damn cold. So like, we need some time outside. Otherwise, this country is just unbearable, unlivable, you know? So, yeah, I just want to share some thoughts here and also open it up to you, to viewers around the world. Let me know, has this summer also been unbearably hot where you're at? Is there anywhere in the world that's been normal? That would be comforting. If one person is like, actually, like I'm in I don't know where you are, but like name a place and you're like, actually, it's been great. It's been perfect. That would give me some hope. Because recently my hope has been dwindling here, YouTube. My hope has been dwindling. But if there is one thing to give us hope, it's the fact that we're all in this together. And humans can achieve amazing things when we work together. But yeah, I just hope we can do something before all these beautiful squirrels playing in the trees, and all these beautiful trees and all this nature around us turns into desert. Turns into that planet from Dune. What's it called? That with the giant the giant worms in the sand and all that. Yeah, I don't want to be living there. I like my planet just the way it is. I miss summer. I miss the summers we used to have.